Hello everyone, glad to be back. Today is 24th of June, now it's almost 11 o'clock in the morning Moscow time. I'm Levan Gudadze and this is my first update today, in which I will share all the main news that are making headlines in Russian media outlets and Russian language pages on different internet platforms. Second update will be a little bit late, I guess, when we have some more information, and of course I'm talking about mainly about developing situation in Russia with a whole new level of confrontation between leadership of PMC Wagner and Russian Defense Ministry. Of course, you all are informed about this topic, but I will start from yesterday, if I may, when in early hours of the morning, press service of Evgeny Prigozhin, PMC Wagner, did share an interview of Prigozhin in which he did talk about beginning of conflict in eastern Ukraine and also about a special military operation. He did mention names, including leadership of Russian Defense Ministry, blame leadership of Russian Defense Ministry for all the setbacks that did occur during special military operation. He did mention also involvement of oligarchs and administration of president, and well, that interview did make some did attract some attention in Russian society, because many Russian language telegram channels did share interview, and that was the first part of the interview. And in 2 hours time, or 2 or 3 hours time after that interview was shared, there was additional news that one of the bases of field bases of PMC Wagner was attacked by Russian armed forces. This information was debunked by Russian Defense Ministry, Russian secret services, but still after that incident, and the PMC Wagner did share video footage of destroyed military base. After that, in few hours time, Prigozhin did made a wave of statements in which he did declare march of justice on Moscow, and he said that PMC Wagner units are now moving towards Moscow to neutralize leadership of Russian Defense Ministry. And the first and foremost, he of course talking about Shoigu, Defense Minister of Russian Federation, and Gerasimov, deputy or chairman of head of Russian General Staff. Prigozhin did mention in his statements that he has no issues with other leaders of Russian government. He especially articulated that he has no issues with the president of Russian Federation, and basically this conflict is all about leadership of Defense Ministry, really, because that's the main issue that Prigozhin and PMC Wagner has, as I understand. And Prigozhin also said that commanders of PMC did hold a meeting, and they did decide to conduct this march of justice. And after that, yesterday afternoon and during the night, huge columns of PMC Wagner units did start their movement, and in early hours today they did enter Rostov, Nadanu city, big city in the southern part of Russia. So let me show you on the map this area. So by the way, Rostov is here, not far away from a zone of special military operation. And I did share on my Telegram page photo and video confirmation of a presence of PMC Wagner units in Rostov. They did establish control, according to latest news that we have. They did establish control over the headquarters of Southern Military District, also police departments in the city, Department of Ministry of Internal Affairs, FSB building, administrative building in the city. Also airport is under control of Prigozhin, but he did made statements in Rostov. He had a meeting with some military leaders of Russian armed forces that were in headquarters of Southern Military District, including deputy of the minister, defense minister Yevkurov. And basically he once again mentioned that he is after Shoigu and Gerasimov. And he, in his statement, did said that all the military operations that was led by Southern Military District will be conducted without any problems from Wagner PMC. So basically they did establish operational control over the territory, but they are not involving themselves in decision-making process. And they also said that city administration will also continue to work as usual without any problems from PMC. But fact itself that large number of PMC Wagner units with not just armed forces, armed personnel, but also with the tanks, for example, and armored personnel carriers are moving around the town. Of course, it does generate some difficulties, without a doubt. Even though PMC Wagner fighters are and the citizens, residents of Rostov are getting along without any significant difficulties. Sides are trying to keep calm, but of course situation is tense, no doubt about that. Well, by the way, also we had reports that forward units of PMC Wagner, and you can see now on this video footage here, are moving in direction of Voronezh. And let me show you on the map where is Voronezh. It's towards Moscow. So Voronezh is here, by the way. It's quite far away from Rostov and from zone of special military operation. And there were some reports that some strategic institutions, offices of strategic or strategic buildings and offices of state institutions were under control of PMC Wagner already in Voronezh, but this information was also denied by officials. But according to some reports, a huge column of PMC Wagner units are now moving towards Voronezh. Of course, there were some measures in Moscow, in capital of Russian Federation, and its anti-terrorist measures are being introduced in capital. And by the way, Sobyanin, mayor of Moscow, did made a statement just a little while ago that counter-terrorist operation regime has been introduced in Moscow in this regard. Previously announced mass events were cancelled in the city. All city services work in full. Movement around the city is not banned or are conducted without any special difficulties. And mayor of Moscow did thank Muscovites and the guests of the city for their understanding and calm attitude towards what is happening. So, by the way, and close to Moscow, as you can see in this video footage here that I did share on my Telegram, you can see that some military units of Rosguardia and Defense Ministry have been moved. Have been moved. And I guess these measures are taken to make sure that all the roads towards capital are under control of Russian armed forces and Rosguardia. Unfortunately, by the way, there was reports that already did happen some conflict between PMC Wagner units and units of Russian Defense Ministry. Not the units, but there were reports that few helicopters was shut down by PMC Wagner, because according to unconfirmed reports, these helicopters were firing at the column of Wagner PMC, and in response, air defense systems that PMC has in its inventory was used. And one helicopter, according to some reports, yet again, it's very difficult now to know for 100% what the hell is going on, but according to some reports, one Mi-8 helicopter was shut down, and one Mi-35 attack helicopter was also shut down. But yet again, this is, at this point at least, unconfirmed informations from Ministry of Defense. Well, just a few minutes ago, not hours, but just a few minutes ago, President of Russian Federation Vladimir Putin did respond in emergency statement on developing situation, and he was not happy with what is going on, obviously. And he said that all these who are responsible for attempted rebellion, he used the words mятеж. Mятеж in English it's rebellion, I guess, or mutiny. I will use word rebellion. So according to Putin's statements, he said that all those responsible for the attempt rebellion will face inevitable punishment. And he also said that he did give all necessary orders to Russian armed forces to neutralize organizers of the rebellion. In his statement, he did spoke about. He did not mention names, by the way. He didn't mention Prigozhin. He didn't mention Shoigu or Gerasimov, but he did mention PMC Wagner, and he said that it's unfortunate that heroes that were participating in liberation of Solidar, Artyomovsk, and many other cities and villages in Donbass have been involved in this development. And he made the parallels with 2017, when according to Putin, victory was stolen from Russia in First World War because of rebellion that did took place in 2017 in Russian Empire. So Putin was not really happy about developing situation, as I said, and well, he is unchallenged and most legitimate official in Russia, and after his statements, probably there will be some changes on the ground, but let's hope sides will manage to resolve issues without further intensification of confrontation, because last thing Russia needs now is internal conflicts and civil war. So I hope sides will resolve all the issues with peaceful negotiations, because I can imagine how happy Western elites are right now, those mass murderers and criminals that are ruling West. They was hoping for something like that, I guess, to happen, and it is happening now. And anybody who sees those globalists and the Western elites as a threat to entire world and humanity everybody probably are very much upset to see this kind of unfortunate development in Russia. It's hard to predict what will happen next. Of course, I will share on my Telegram page all the additional news that will be reported by Russian media and Russian Telegram pages or other platforms on the internet. When it comes to situation overall in the country, it's tense, of course, but still calm. Situation. Hopefully, there will be no direct large-scale clashes between Wagnerites and forces of Russian Defense Ministry or secret services, and situation will be resolved. For this moment, we did not see any response from Prigozhin on statements from Putin. Let's see how he will respond, and of course I will share information about his response on my Telegram. And yes, quite unfortunate development. Latest news that we have is that forward units of Wagner PMC are approaching Voronezh, and there was some reports that some units of PMC Wagner are already in Moscow region, but yet again these informations are not confirmed, and right now it's extremely difficult to have a good understanding what is going on. So this is a situation for this moment. I will stay in touch, and if you are interested in additional news, you will see link to my Telegram page under this video in the description box or in the pinned comment, and you can subscribe on my Telegram. And maybe little bit late in the afternoon I will make some additional update on YouTube also. So this is it for now. Everyone was waiting for statement from Putin, and he did make the statement, and now let's see how PMC Wagner and leader of this PMC will respond, and how the situation develop after that. This is it for now. It's gonna be a short video. I wish you a great day. By the way, great and peaceful day. Take care.